The Supreme Court ruled Monday that states can clean up their voting rolls by targeting people who haven't cast ballots in a while. The justices rejected, by a 5-4 vote Monday, arguments in a case from Ohio that the practice violates a federal law intended to increase the ranks of registered voters. A handful of other states also use vote as inactivity to trigger a process that could lead to their removal from the voting rolls. Justice Samuel Alito said for the court that Ohio is complying with the 1993 National Voter Registration Act. He was joined by his 4 conservative colleagues. The 4 liberal justices dissented. Partisan fights over ballot access are being fought across the country. Democrats have accused Republicans of trying to suppress votes from minorities and poorer people who tend to vote for Democrats. Republicans have argued that they are trying to promote ballot integrity and prevent voter fraud. Under Ohio rules, registered voters who fail to vote in a 2-year period are targeted for eventual removal from registration rolls, even if they haven't moved and remain eligible. The state said it only uses the disputed process after first comparing its voter lists with the U.S. Postal Service list of people who have reported a change of address. But not everyone who moves notifies the post office, the state said. So the state asks people who haven't voted in 2 years to confirm their eligibility. If they do, or if they show up to vote over the next 4 years, voters remain registered. If they do nothing, their names eventually fall off the list of registered voters. Combined with the 2 years of non-voting before notice is sent, that makes a total of 6 years of non-voting before removal, Alito wrote. Justice Stephen Breyer, writing in dissent, said the 1993 law prohibits removing someone from the voting rolls by reason of the person's failure to vote. In my view, Ohio's program does just that. In a separate dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor said Congress enacted the voter registration law against the backdrop of substantial efforts by states to disenfranchise low-income and minority voters. The court's decision essentially endorses the very purging that Congress expressly sought to protect against, Sotomayor wrote. Civil rights groups said the court should be focused on making it easier for people to vote, not allowing states to put up roadblocks to casting ballots. With the midterm election season now underway, the court's ruling demands heightened levels of vigilance as we anticipate that officials will read this ruling as a green light for loosely purging the registration rolls in their community, said Kristen Clark, president and executive director of the Lawyers' Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Newsfront: The Supreme Court ruled Monday that states can clean up their voting rolls by targeting people who haven't cast ballots in a while. Justices rejected, by a 5-4 vote Monday, arguments in a case from Ohio that the practice violates a federal law intended to increase the Supreme Court, Ohio, voter, Purge 452 Monday the 11th of June 2018 11:35 a.m. 20183511 Monday the 11th of June 2018 11:35 a.m. Newsmax Inc.